People will assume that Medicare covers dental, vision, hearing aids, and these are all things that Medicare does not cover. There's also some other services that are just assumed that Medicare just covers these and those things, and they don't. So we love to highlight what Medicare covers and where the gaps are so that we can make sure that we can fill those gaps. Medicare supplements are designed to cover what's left over after Medicare. It doesn't cover everything, but as a general rule of thumb, to just make it easy to understand, Medicare is going to cover 80% of doctor and hospital bills. Just look at it that way. It's simple that way. And the Medicare supplement is designed to cover the 20% that's left over. There are still some deductibles and a few out of pocket responsibilities, but as a rule, when Medicare approves the charge, that supplement has to pay. One of the coolest things is all Medicare supplement companies, there's like 25 plus to choose from, all of them by law have to offer the identical plans, identical coverage. Plan G would be the most popular plan. With the Plan G, it will pick up everything after Medicare when it's a Medicare approved charge. It's just there's one deductible for the year. This year it happens to be $283. And each year that deductible increases slightly, but it's a very small deductible compared to most other insurance plans. The 20% left over after Medicare can be a big number. And so, in ensuring that in retirement, I don't have to set aside this emergency account for if I have a year that I have a lot of medical expenses and I need $10,000 in this account. You don't have to worry about that when you have Medicare as your primary, a supplement as a secondary, because the only out of pocket responsibility you have for Medicare approved charges is that Part B deductible. So again, this year it's $283, but that's all a person should be budgeting for in retirement. When a person's weighing out their options of understanding the difference between Medicare with a supplement and Medicare Advantage, there honestly are pros and cons to both. We go through the pros and cons on each side of that. Many times when we're talking about people that want to use any doctor, any hospital, anywhere in the country, they don't want to worry about a network. A Medicare supplement is a great fit. When they want those set costs, saying, hey, I can budget for this monthly premium and I don't want any surprises of a max out of pocket that may be $7, 8, $9,000. And that's when a Medicare supplement really makes sense. One more idea that comes to mind is just traveling. I already talked about network, but a lot of times people want to get out of cold weather in the wintertime and they want to be able to go somewhere warm. And to be able to travel and not even think about or worry about where I can go works out really well with a Medicare supplement. I love that all Medicare supplement plans are standardized. By law, they have to provide identical plans, identical coverage. So when we level the playing field with standardized plans and we get to just shop price, it's really just, hey, it's apples to apples. Now, what are the differences in pricing from this company to that company? That might be one of our bread and butters, helping people understand by law they're all the same. We have many to choose from. We don't care who you want. We'll help you sign up with whomever you'd want. We might not recommend the most expensive plans when a person may be leaning towards, I'll call it a brand name, where some very reputable A-rated companies are still going to offer the identical coverage at a much lesser price. Some big things that Medicare does not cover are going to be hearing aids, dental, vision. Now, when I say vision, if you have cataracts, that's medical and that's all taken care of with Medicare and a supplement. Obviously, you have your Part B deductible. But those are big things that a lot of people are like, I thought Medicare may cover that. And so Medicare does not cover those things. An ancillary product is kind of a fancy word for a plan that's going to fill in some holes or fill in some gaps. Anytime you have some, let's say, dental, vision, hearing needs, and you're like, I know Medicare doesn't cover that, there are plans that are going to cover that, provide coverage for that. Another example, a big one would just be cancer insurance. Um, kind of geek out on some I kind of geek out on some statistics about from the American Cancer Society saying that 2/3 of cancer related costs are deemed non medical. So if it's non medical, it's not rolling through Medicare. I need this cancer policy that's going to give me a chunk of change in the event that I have cancer so that I can go where I need to go. I can go to MD Anderson if I need to, or wherever that cancer institute may be to just get the best care possible. 10 questions. We go through a client needs assessment. And when we understand your big picture, we can help you get your ducks in a row by addressing those needs that need to be attended to. And many times, as we're nearing retirement, when we're nearing Medicare age, helping you getting your ducks in a row is very, very important.